Alright, hello everybody. I am training a Wing 1 over on NA, so let me go ahead and hop into the voice call. Hello!
Hello. Oh,
How's everyone doing?
pretty good.
Right, so we have 7 of the people. Who are we missing? I'm here, Camille's here, Riggs is here, Vivi's here, Fang is here, Mango's here, Flork's here, Vizier is not here. And then Liam's here. Do I have, or did I clear this week? I don't remember.
I haven't. I'll open it up.
I have full cleared. Well, except escort.
About that, I've only got one monitor at the moment, so.
Okay.
The instance is good, by the way.
Cool. So we just need 2 DPS. Wait, Vizier's in squad but not in voice call? Oh,
Oh,
now
he
he's
is.
in
I
voice
am
call.
in
Okay.
voice call.
Let's find these soldiers.
You're on Quickness Harbinger, right? Just double check. Okay. The squad should be correct.
Deeper into the woods. We have to find them. Watch yourself on the battlefield. Sabbath and her crew
Swap
fight
like
dirty.
that then.
The Guardians are lethal.
Alright, so I will go ahead and start and then we'll just pull in a person as we are ready to pull. So, welcome to Veil Guardian. This boss is really nice in that it teaches you the mechanics even before the boss fights or starts. So there are 3 guardians before us. Each one does a different thing. The green guardian throws down blue circles. If you stand in these blue circles, you have 2 seconds to get out of them, or else you're going to get teleported to a random location. You can block these. However, I would just advise standing out of them. Um, because of things like if you have Aegis and there's multiple under there, it'll take away your Aegis, and then you'll get teleported. The easiest way to see if you are about to get teleported is the edge of your screen will glow yellow. Alright, and then hopefully we don't get teleported into Red Guardian. Wait, who joined us? Gazen?
Somebody invited somebody from a different guild.
Okay, please
yeah,
don't do that without asking first, but we'll continue. Are they new? Okay, So let's go. If anyone has any questions on the Green Guardian, let's go ahead and do a poll, or just go ahead and kill it. Alright, let's go ahead and pull. So those are those teleportation circles.
Maybe I'll think twice next time.
Get out of them. Get out of these.
I'm neither here nor there.
Alright, and then once they get to 1%, you have to CC them in order to actually kill them. Oh, we pulled our red. Hopefully if you just keep running away, he'll de-aggro. Maybe? Alright, awesome. So, you can see some of his mechanics out there already. There's those red orbs. I want everyone to make sure that they do not, or that they know what their pulls are. For my Mesmers, you shouldn't be running offhand focus, but if you are, please don't press focus 4 to pull them into us. My Firebrands, your Axe 3, it's either Axe 3 or Axe 5, will
X3.
pull them into us. Avoid pressing that when they are near us. And our Scourge shouldn't be taking, or our Harbingers shouldn't be taking Spectral Grass. So we actually should be fine on there. Oh, do they not have offhand axe? Anyway. Additionally, he is immune to all power damage, so Condis can only hurt him. We should have enough Condis that it is not that big of a deal. Does anyone have any questions? If you're not a Condi build, that's fine. Just keep smacking it. I have Sun Spirit. It'll give you a little bit of Condi damage. Alright, here we go.
Maybe I'll think twice next time.
Also, if you have any knockbacks, you could knock them off of us. It'll be kind of the Druid's job mid-fight to deal with them. However, unfortunately, I was talking and didn't take the trait that I needed to. But it's on the pre-fight is. Make sure you aren't standing in their horribleness.
Refreshing.
Because I think Condi damage is decent.
Sharp blades, sharp mind. Protected.
Alright. Now, Blue Guardian is the scary Guardian. What Blue Guardian's going to do is he'll drop down a green circle. And how this fight was intended to be done is 4 people have to stand in this green circle for it to activate. If we fail to do so, a nuke will go off and do 80% of everyone's maximum health. However, no group you ever do will actually do this mechanic, and the reason for that is the boss area is pretty large, and we don't want 4 people off stack running around, standing in this, maybe eating mechanics, dying off stack, and it just becomes a whole nightmare. So the way we actually deal with this is we just heal through it. So just to give our new healer friend a chance of what is to come, please don't stand in the greens. Other than that, he gets this boon occasionally that needs to be stripped. We have Chronos, or not Chronos. I don't think any of our Mesmers are running sword.
Nope, running pistol torch.
On sword.
Does our
Sorry,
Necro have any boon corrupts built into their kit? Okay, that's fine. Then we should be good. If anyone has any questions on this, also try to avoid getting hit by the blue balls. They hurt a little bit. Can we... yeah, you can use pull on this guy. Pull's only bad for the red orbs. Alright, we have a nuke coming out. Make sure everyone's topped off, and boom. And then heal your subgroup back up. Don't stand in that. And get ready. And boom. Get ready. And heal your friends back up.
I'm neither here nor there.
Scourge is actually now that we kind of know, we can stand in this one. Scourge is actually phenomenal in this fight because if you give your subgroup 50% barrier, then suddenly they're only taking 30% of their max health. Just as a general note. Alright, did anyone have any questions on the 3 Guardians? Alright, so all those mechanics are now going to be happening at the same time. The reds are going to spawn on these like little little markers, and slowly be creeping towards us. It's my job to keep them off of our group. Just make sure we do not pull them into us. Additionally, blues will be spawning pretty frequently. Try your best not to get teleported, because if you get teleported over by square and then a nuke goes off, you're going to be downstate, and it's going to be impossible for us to res you. For my tank, I want you to come over here with me. How you are going to deal with blues, because we want the boss to stay in place as much as we can, is shortly after we start the fight, there will be an invisible or a spiritual wall that will appear. You're going to have your back to this wall, and whenever a green or a teleport happens, you are going to dodge backwards right into the wall to try to keep them in the same place. It'll take a little bit of getting used to, but if you want to try just dodging backwards into a wall, and see, you didn't move at all, but you still got your evade frames, and that's kind of all you're going to be doing. Is you're going to be standing here on arrow and just dodging backwards into the spirit wall. You are a firebrand, so just as a heads up, Aegis does block 1 instances of the teleports. Because of this, sometimes it will glitch out the edge of your screen and you won't see the yellow. What I recommend everyone do is go into your audio options and turn your effects volume way up. You'll hear like a crackling, and then it goes pew when it pops. Any questions on the first phase? We're going to beat him up till 66%. And that's pretty much all he's going to do. Alright, once we get him to 66%, he's going to become invulnerable and run into the center. He's then going to split into the 3 Veil Guardian guys that we saw before. Can I have you type an X in chat if you are a Condi? That's a lot of Condis. Alright. Actually... one second, I'm deciding who goes where. Alright, anybody who is just a Condi, a DPS, no boons or anything else. It's at this moment that you are going to head to Heart. Everybody else is going over to Blue. And the reason for this is we just need to kill all 3 of them. I will be heading over near Green and pulling Green on top of Blue. And Red is just going to DPS. A word of advice for my Red. You're going to have all the red circles and have to deal with them. If you hide behind this mushroom over here, it actually glitches it out and makes it very difficult to, it messes with the pathing of the red mushroom, so you kind of won't get hit if you're standing right here on the marker. Additionally, after a few seconds after he splits, we are going to get a color over our head. That just means you need to be near that color guardian. If you are near any other guardian, you're taking damage for it. For that reason, our healers are going to be over here healing through the pain of green. It's also important that during the split phase, we need to take every green we see because red side won't have a healer. And also only 3 people need to stand on it during split phase, so it's not that big of a deal. Once we kill all 3 of them, the fight resumes over at Arrow. 2 new things are added. The first is a pizza slice is going to get spicy and slowly rotate. It's going to start at green pillar, and then blue, and then red. For that moment, we're going to stand on this side of Arrow, DPS it, and then when this side or this tile stops getting spicy, we are going to rotate over, and then DPS him down and hopefully get him to 33% for the next split. But we may at some point have to come back over to red side. The last thing that's added is a CC bar. After we get done killing the split guardians, he's going to run at us over at Arrow, and a few seconds after he gets to Arrow, he's going to have a CC bar that needs to be broken as quickly as we can because he takes reduced damage in it, but he also farts out a little bit of damage. The next CC phase will happen as we are swapping over to blue. Alright, and I've talked quite a bit. Did anyone have any questions on what I was saying? We'll just go ahead and leave it at that for now. Should I stay here the entire time and just dodge backwards when the green circle is here? So I sent you over there just as a wall to roll backwards to. You're actually going to be over on Arrow. Because a few seconds after this, there will be an invisible wall. By the way, don't dodge backwards for these first teleportation circles. If you're outside the ring when the boss gets to us, you're going to instantly die. Alright. And here we go. Watch those.
Protected.
Alright, so you want to hug that back wall. Here comes our first green. Heal up. You want to be over at you want to be over here on Arrow. So come to tag. Okay, we have a green coming. Make sure everyone's topped off, and you want your back to that wall.
I need healing. Seriously.
Pick our friends up. Alright, let's actually just go ahead and GG. Sorry, I was talking and I didn't give best callouts for the teleportation circles. So, for my tank, you're always going to want to stay at Arrow. You don't need to have your back to a pillar or anything. I was just using that as an example of dodging in place. Yeah. And when you're on Arrow, you'll want your back as basically mashed up against that back wall. Yep, you dodge when the blue circles are about to explode. It won't dodge out of, you'll stay in the teleport, but it'll see that you're evading and you won't get teleported. Alright, here we go.
Fury rising.
Watch these.
Protected.
Alright, and then so you'll want to mash your back against this wall, kind of like what I'm doing. Yes, perfect, just like that. Watch teleports. Green is incoming.
Neither here nor there.
Might not make it.
Everyone stay here. Green's coming. Teleports are here, watch them. Pick our friend up.
In some deep trouble there.
Green's incoming, watch the teleports. There they are. And boom goes the dynamite. Dodge these. Green is incoming. Stay here quickly. Just stay here grouped because we have to heal up. Okay, now head to your sides.
Close to dying.
And just like that. Good first phase. Watch these teleports. CC blue. And we won't have any more greens if we CC them. Nice. Make sure you pick your friend up over on red.
Antler and a Seeker.
Alright.
We're supposed to have more than 2 people on red, aren't we?
You should have 3 because one of them was
Tank,
a source.
You're not supposed to be on green right now.
Alright, so my apologies. If you have a red circle, or a red, or a blue over your head, you shouldn't be over here. You're taking damage that's unneeded. I just ran over here to try to get some reses off. Oh, so thank you, EB, for the follow. My mind is shattered right now. Alright, good phase. So, watch this.
I've been energized.
Now, reminder that we are on this side of arrow. Green is coming. Make sure our front CC. Pick our friend up. Watch the teleports. Oh, watch these poles. Head back over to arrow. Everyone just stay here. Pick our friends up.
They can't keep me down.
Alright, and we're gonna get ready to swap sides here soon. Alright, swap sides. Get ready for CC phase. Oh, pick our friends up. Don't CC, pick up.
I need help. Seriously.
Try to pick our tank up. Watch the teleports.
Maybe I was the illusion all along.
A green's coming. We're gonna need to double pick our friend up. Okay, let's go ahead and GG. Alright. Was a decent pull there. No worries, that's why it's a training raid. How are you doing this fine evening, EB? Or Eternal? I will say, Tank and Druid are like actually the hardest roles on this fight. Everybody else just kind of DPS. And even Druids isn't that bad. What do you do when there's multiple Guardians? What do you mean multiple Guardians? If you're talking about during the split phase, over here on blue, you just kill one of them. Our goal over there on blue is to kill both of them. Alright, here we go. Watch these teleports.
Sharp blades,
Let's go ahead and GG. It always happens once. Oh god, my raid characters' bags are such a mess. Oh no. I need to organize this. What do you mean, dang it, clam? Okay, my bags are not as bad as clams. If you've seen the screenshots of his bags, that is like actual nightmare fuel. Alright, here we go.
Combat ready.
Watch teleports.
That feels better.
Okay, we have a green incoming. Oh, watch these pulls out of the reds. Oh, let's go ahead and GG. But yeah, that's why we don't pull. Let me see if I can find a screenshot of Clam's bags. They are... Oh god.
They're on the same level as Muck after he did all the volatile magic.
No, no, no. Like... Alright, let's go ahead and do another poll. Watch teleport.
Protected. Beautiful blend of talents.
Alright, here comes our green. Pick our tank up.
Sharp blades, sharp mind.
Alright, we have another green incoming. Make sure everyone's topped up.
Help me. I'm hurt.
Stay here. Pick our friends up.
Excellent time.
Watch these teleports. You guys are looking great. Alright, and we're phasing.
Pain.
Everyone head to your sides. Head to this green.
That feels better.
Watch the teleports. Head to this green. Nice. Watch teleports. So if at any point you accidentally went to the wrong side, maybe you were rezzing somebody, maybe you just spaced, just go to that side. Even if you're a power damage over on the Condi side or the Condi person over on the power side, because it's much better than just straight up dying. Watch these.
Protected.
We're on this side of arrow. I'm actually going to move arrow like right there. Alright, we have a green incoming. Make sure everyone's topped off.
I can't go on for long.
Pick our friend up, pick our friend up. Because we need to pick our tank up.
Sharper still.
We have a green incoming. Make sure everyone is topped up. Pick people up.
I
All right. Move over. We're about to have a CC phase.
Glorious combination of
Green incoming. CC.
Structural integrity compromised.
Careful, that Seeker is unhinged. I pushed it, and I think it was getting pulled in the meantime, so it just kind of stood in place. Make sure we pick our friends up and head to your sides. Quickly try to head to your sides. Awesome. Stand in this. Alright, so now we're approaching the last phase that I didn't tell you anything about. It's we didn't stand in that. Try to pick people up. Watch teleports. This is savable. You should be rezzing now.
I'm in your guilt.
Never give up.
Okay, that's GG. Oof.
I think we all got TP'd on that green.
Yeah. Alright. So, for the final phase, it's exactly the same, except the only difference is now 2 tiles are getting spicy at any given time. This means we can't just sit at arrow, and we actually have to be mobile. So that's where that marker on square is for. We're going to be at square. We don't want to be too close to the center, or the reds will eat us alive, and we don't want to be too close to the outside, or it'll take us, all we'll be doing is running around. That's why if you see where kind of these things are, that's about the correct distance away from the center that you want to be. So we are going to be running around, DPSing the boss. Basically, we run to the maximum edge that we can, and then we DPS, and then it swaps, and then we run to the next edge, and so on. It's during this phase, if there is a green near us, that we are going to take them. I'll give a call out just to alleviate pressure. Additionally, reds are going to become extremely difficult, or extremely problematic, because I don't have the cooldowns to permanently keep them off of us. So, make sure you're not standing in reds, is my advice for you. Just watch where you're standing, and make sure you don't pull them into us. Yeah. I'll basically say, and we're moving. All right, here we go.
I'm fast as the wind. That's how I do it. Refreshing. I feel energized.
Blade storm.
We have a green incoming. And boom. Pick our tank up. We have a green incoming.
Another.
I should be able to get you. Everyone stay over here on arrow. Actually, let's just take this green. It's right here. Perfect. Okay. Head back to arrow. Watch teleports. We have a green incoming. Stay here for heals.
The end is here.
Okay, and now spread out. Alright, get to this green.
Feels better.
Well, don't get teleported out of it. Alright, and we're good. Oh, are you guys able to pick them up?
Combination.
I can try.
And we didn't take that green. Alright, let's go ahead and GG. Sorry, I was focusing on getting the downed person. Let me do that. I'm just checking some things out. Oh god, where do I? There is a way to add regen to this. Out of curiosity, is our Mirage an Axe Mirage or a Staff Mirage?
I'm Axe because I'm doing DPS at the moment.
Okay.
Me to switch to.
No, you're
staff?
fine. Actually, can I get you to Staff? The reason for that is Might is really low in sub 1.
Absolutely, I can go to staff.
Same with Alacrity's a little low. Actually, boons as a whole are decently low in sub 1. For our Firebrand, I'm trying to word this in the correct way. Are you pressing the quickness buttons? I don't know the class too well. I just know that it throws cones of quickness out in front of it, so they need to be kind of aimed. Not really. Oh, okay. If you can, press them more, but making sure that you don't get teleported is actually more important. Okay. No worries. Alright, we will ready check. And here we go.
Protected.
Watch the teleports.
Your fury rising. Enough.
Alright, we have a green incoming, and it's about to go pop.
I chose you.
Here comes another, and it goes boom right now.
I wield great wisdom.
I'm hurt. Blade storm.
Alright, green's about to pop. Stay here for heals. Alright, and now spread to your side. Make sure we pick our friends up. Yeah, it was really good. Get to this green.
Red, watch this.
Get to this green, watch the teleports. Nice, he died.
Protected. Refreshing.
Pick our friend up.
Hurt.
Get me on my feet.
Dodge this. Also, a little bit of a word of wisdom. When someone goes down and they are close enough for us to res, meaning that you will not die going to get them, everyone except for me and my tank friend should be resing. I don't care what your role is. If you need to give alacrity in that quick second or quickness,
Green incoming.
you should be pressing. Here's a green and CC. Out of the blues, somebody's standing in blues and it kind of hurts. A green is about to pop right about now.
In bad shape here.
Enough. Help me out. Search and rescue.
Do we have a knockback route? Thank you.
Yep, I was resing. Okay, swap over to this side. Pick our friends up. Don't CC, pick them up. They're actually too far, so let's go ahead and CC.
You're seen.
Dodge this. You guys were too far away? Alright, let's go ahead and GG. I was saying don't res them because they're too far away. So I don't think you were my tank friend, but just an explanation to why you don't res. One, you're our healer, and healers never res because if you're pressing F to res, you're not throwing out heals. Druid gets a little bit of an exception because their heal is bound to a energy system, and pressing F gives energy. But the other reason why the tank doesn't res is because if you're resing, that means the boss is pointed right into the down state, and they're going to start cleaving them. But that is kind of the general rule of thumb there. Yep. You watch one friend die, so that way 3 more don't die. Watch the teleports.
Enough.
Green incoming in 5 seconds. Make sure everyone's topped off.
Close to dying.
A simple
Nice.
distortion, and ta-da!
Green incoming in 5 seconds. Make sure everyone's topped off.
Call them up. Shall we still?
Watch teleports. Green incoming in 4 seconds. Watch teleports. Nice. And now we go to our sides. Clean phase 1. Take this green.
Search and rescue.
Good job. Come over here on this side. And CC him. And we're done. Good job. Head back over to Arrow. Watch teleports. Green is here. CC. Stay on this side of Arrow, because the other side hurts. Green is about to pop.
You're seen. Search and rescue.
They can't see
You got
me.
2 people got teleported into the...
Don't run into there, you will die. Swap sides. Green is about to pop. Make sure everyone's topped off here. Res people, we're about to have a CC. Res, do not CC. Okay, and now we CC. Oh, that's on me. Pick up our friends.
I'm up. I'm up. It's refreshing.
Head back to group. Heal everyone up. Pick our friend up. Swap sides over to Arrow. Swap sides to Arrow and get ready for ACC. Okay, we phase. Good job. Alright, everyone to your sides. Come over here.
Search and rescue.
our down friend. I can't save him. Take this green, take this green. Watch the teleports. CC blue, or it's at 2%. Never mind. Take this green. CC.
Red, if you see that line out, if we go inside that, we're going to take a lot of ticking damage from being near the wrong color, so just hang out for a second.
And remember, we're heading over to square. Alright, here's where things now get really chaotic. Take this green, take this green. Over here, run to the screen. Range CC. And we're moving. Come over to me. You're standing in fire. Stand right here. Take this green.
Green.
This is lucky of us. We're moving. Move.
Structural integrity compromised.
Green's about to pop. Make sure everyone's healed up. Res.
I require assistance.
We're moving. Lead the boss. Come over here. It will time its CC out. Green is about to spawn. Make sure everyone's topped off. Pick our friend up. Swapping. Moving. Take this green. Make sure we're still DPSing the boss as we're moving. Over here. And changing sides. CC the boss. Alright. Good job.
Next slides.
Green went off. Pick our friends up. Watch teleports.
Oh no.
Search and rescue. I require assistance.
Green's about to pop. Make sure our friends are up.
Here nor there.
Alright, that is going to unfortunately be a GG. Really good pull. What's up, Seasons? How you doing? Oh, shoot. It's Merrick. How are you doing? And yes, I'm a gaming moose. You can see by my gamer chair. Did anyone have any questions in that last phase, by the way? There's a little nuances to it. Like, you can res if the boss is thrown or needs to be CC'd, because then he's not attacking you. But as a general, yeah, you don't want to stand next to the downed people. You'll learn it a little bit more when you get more used to tanking. But we're doing really good. Thank you for the follow, Merrick. That means a lot. Alright, and here we go.
Fast as the wind. A simple distortion, and ta-da! Protected.
We have a green coming in 5 seconds. Stay here.
Another.
Watch teleport.
Maybe I was the illusion all along.
Green incoming.
Search and rescue. Structural
Oh,
integrity.
didn't mean to fat finger that. green in 5 seconds. Make sure everyone's topped up.
Another.
Alright, clean phase. Try to res that person over there. If you are not a Condi person, just stay on that side. Make sure we're in this green. Good job.
Watch the Seeker Red.
Watch teleports. And CC, and we are done with him. Alright. I love how we're finishing at the same time.
Extremely clean. Good job.
Makes everything just feel fluid. Watch the teleport. Remember, we're going to have a CC phase here soon. Make sure everyone's topped off.
In bad shape here.
You're seen.
Pick our friend up.
Shut mind.
Oops.
Swirl like sand.
Watch this. We have a green about to pop. Make sure everyone's topped up. Watch teleports.
Search and rescue.
Oh, I keep fat fingering my... Swap sides. Green's about to pop. Get ready, CC.
I can't go on for long.
Dodge this.
Nice. Stay here for green. Make sure you are on your other side. And heal. Somebody over there has a blue. Just come over and hang out with us. Take this. Okay, remember after this we are meeting up at square. CC blue. For our friend down over there, you'll want to stand on group. That way our heals actually hit you. CC, and we're done over here. Head over to square. Don't cross the red circle because it does do damage. Oh, make sure we're picking our friend up. Right. My Virtuoso, come over here and join us. We don't bite. Condi's doing fine. They just don't have as many Condi
Might have
people.
disconnected
Oh no.
because he's not responding.
Protected.
Alright. Meet up over here. Now when he gets to us, there will be a CC phase shortly. Take this green, take this green. CC him.
Maybe I was the illusion all along.
And we're moving, moving, moving. Come over here, come over here. Tank. This is about where you stand. Nice. Take that green. Tank, don't move, just kind of stay there. Okay, we're moving. Come over here. Everyone take that green. Tank, just actually stand here. Watch the teleports. I did not. CC. Get chain sides. Move over here. Move over here. We are looking great.
Glorious combination of skill.
Watch teleports. Pick our tank up.
Search and rescue.
Move, move. Don't take that green. It's in fire. Come over here quickly, quickly, quickly. Pick our friends up. Pick our friends up. Change sides, change sides, change sides. We don't want you guys standing in fire. Alright, good job. Pick people up, pick people up. Don't get yourself teleported.
Help me, please.
Get out of the red, out of the red. Alright, come over here. You're about to go down again. Alright, DPS the boss.
Give up yet?
Swapping sides. If you have a range CC, go ahead and use it. Nice. You have a green popping soon.
Alright.
Alright, congratulations. If that was your first boss kill, first of all, congrats. Second of all, you will have unlocked a raid mastery track in Heart of Thorns. I recommend learning that if you ever want to try raiding again. It makes repairing a lot easier. But yeah, congratulations everyone. Sorry, I wasn't really looking at chat during that. Yeah, Merrick, I do raid trainings. That's pretty much my only content on Twitch. I'm doing a few playthroughs of other games, but it's like 80% of my content. All right. So, now that you killed, honestly, one of the harder bosses for learning raids, you're going to get rewarded with this real easy... I'm using the term boss very, very lightly. In fact, I think the pre-event's harder.
Encounter, maybe.
Yeah.
This is the hard part.
Okay, so...
Pinata.
This is the pre-event for Spirit Run. What's going to happen is we're going to glide down there. It will start when we kill all the spirits, at which point more spirits will spawn, and we'll just be attacking them. And then nukes will spawn and slowly descend from the sky. We will need to stand in zones to capture them. They spawn at each of the markers that I have listed. We will want to capture them in the order that they show up. So, like for example, if it's at circle, or if we're at circle and one spawns at arrow and then another one spawns at heart, or not heart, square, we'll want to head to the arrow one first and then hit the square one. Other than that, it's going to take probably 80% longer than you think it should. And that's it. Make sure we cleave ads as we run through them. Mesmers are able to take portals to make this easier, using these adrenal mushrooms down there. But it's really not needed to clear the content.
Fast as the wind. That's how amazing I am.
Alright, and then just cleave ads. Oh, our first one spawned already at circle.
Sharp as steel.
Alright, head to square.
I don't have enough energy.
And then out back to circle. These are capturing faster than I remember them. Alright, and then back to square. Looks like someone threw down a portal. And our next one's at arrow. Head to star, which I actually threw off a little bit. After this, it's square. If you keep getting knocked down, that's what those AoEs on the ground do. It's really not that big of a deal, but you can avoid them if you like. Head to arrow now. Yeah, these are capping and spawning much faster than they should. I think they might actually be bugged. If I'm being real honest.
Spaghetti code.
I also
Oh,
don't
the
think you're
speed
supposed to get
runners
too-
would love to know how to replicate this bug. Alright, to circle. Alright, take your, Eternal. Alright, to square. After this, it's arrow. I am baffled by how fast these are capping star.
Yeah, but I'm not complaining.
Yeah. So, if anyone's wondering, they usually take twice as long to cap, and...
As long to spawn.
Yeah. Alright, back to star.
There's probably one or two more.
After you cap that, can I get a res? Stay over there. Make sure we're killing these guys as we run through them.
Heart, in case someone's wondering.
Stay over here.
Heart.
Okay, that was really nice. Usually takes 2 to 3 times longer than that.
I don't understand why they're trapped here. What is that?
Alright, and now follow me. And we're gonna line of sight them all right here, which means you'll come over here and mash your face into this. And they will run up to us because they don't have line of sight. Just stay here.
If you get knocked off.
And let's just go ahead and cleave them. So just spread out and kill them all. You don't need to kill the ones all the way standing up on arrow, but everyone else needs to die. Alright, for my Revenant, congratulations, you lose your weapon privileges, because we are greedy and we want loot. So I want you to come over here, talk to this brazier, and take it.
Now keep your hands off anything relative to your weapon.
Now, don't drop it, or like weapon swap to drop it, and don't, yeah, that should be it. You don't have a way to interact or summon weapons. So if you go downstate, you do lose it. It's really not the biggest a deal, but it is for a raid achievement, which I think some people probably might need it.
So part of Envoy.
Yeah, it's part of Envoy.
Yep.
So what this fight actually looks like is it's called Spirit Run because we're running from a giant wall of spirits that are trying to eat us, just like they're from Lord of the Rings. If you can see way down over there by that arrow I threw down, you'll see a wind wall. I need all my DPS to run to the wind wall and DPS it down. Me and the other healer, we're going to be catching the nukes that fall. To make our lives easier, if our DPS want to run through the nuke fields to capture them, and then just go and DPS the wind wall, that's all we'll be doing. At some point, I will tell my DPS to jump and glide. It's after we get to the top of that tree trunk right across from us, but I'll give you a call out for it. And at some point, I will tell you to go to an arrow, which I can't drop yet. And that's it. It's really the easiest encounter in the game.
Be quick, kill walls, capture circles.
Mm-hmm. Alright, here we go. So run through that. Yeah, they are capping much faster than normal. Alright, run through this next one and head and kill that spirit wall. You can completely ignore the ads. We're just running away from them. Occasionally they'll knock you down, and if that gets you killed in this next part, then it's just sad, but... Alright, run through this next one, and I want my DPS to stand in the one that's about to spawn and cleave the wall, because you should be in melee range of it. We should only have 2 people standing back for these. Alright, here's where we will jump and glide after we kill this wall. Jump and glide. Alright, make sure you land and run through this. Run through the next one and head to arrow. Capture the one at arrow. And then go kill the wall. Nice. Alright, the encounter's still not done, but we did hit a checkpoint after we killed this. We just need to stand on 5 buttons at the same time. If you want to follow me, I'll show you where they all are. You can stealth us. Mesmerist could, but that's kind of more of an extra strat that isn't necessary. Okay, the first button is under the staircase over on arrow.
I'll stick on.
The second button is over by a circle. You have to drop down from that ledge. The third button is in that gazebo. Fourth is on top of a jumping puzzle there. And fifth is behind a vine wall over on star.
I've got circle.
And ta-da. Now, if our Revenant is still holding that torch.
Yep.
Alright, come over here.
Squad was taken through here. Come on.
Place it on arrow. We'll spawn a loot over on circle. If anybody needs their Envoy 1 collection, just go and talk to the Brazier. You might need something in my inventory. I honestly don't remember.
You
do.
You can come back to it because it's tied to your instance now. Don't quote me on that though. And then take the mushroom up.
You just need to do it another week.
Oh, okay. Oh, the
But
chest
you need
will
to
be
do-
there.
Yeah, but you need to do this instance 5 times for Envoy, so it'll be fine.
There is another chest on heart. If you drop below this ledge, there's another one here.
Treasure.
And then you type /GG to get back to the fight. What those chests do is they contain ectoplasmic residue if you're working on Envoy 1. Or they have a chance to. And you need 10 of them. And those chests are in wings 1 through 3.
They also have random
Mother, give
loot,
me
which
strength.
is, not nothing.
Excuse me. So, for this boss fight is kind of a DPS check. It's like the first raid boss with a DPS check. I would put this boss, on terms of difficulty, like a 3 out of 10 if we have good DPS. If we don't, it's maybe like a 7 out of 10. So what this is going to look like is we're going to run at the boss. It's still a tank-based fight, so our tank is going to point him... let me put down a marker for you. You are going to point him towards star, and you'll want to stand as close into the hitbox as you can without turning him. The reason for this is that way you can still give us boons. This one's a much easier tanking fight. It's just literally keep him in the position. There's nothing you really have to dodge as a tank. So we are going to DPS him down. He has 2 attacks. One is just going to be a slap. The next is he's going to slam both of his fists down. Our guardians are welcome to give us stability through this, or we can dodge, or we can just get knocked down. Getting knocked down is a minor DPS loss, which comes into play later, so I do advise dodging it, but it's not the biggest must. Alright, so we'll be DPSing down for a few, and then he... One second. Sorry, I was clearing my throat. And then we'll be DPSing him down for a second, and then he's going to get mad and go into a temper tantrum and start banging both of his fists on the ground. 3 things happen during this temper tantrum. The first is he's going to get a retaliation buff. I don't think any of our classes here care about it too much, but things like Dragon Hunter or any form of Elementalist will just straight up destroy themselves if they do their full rotation on this. It's any instance of strike damage to the boss, you take like 500 damage or something like that. You might, my Willbender friend, you'll know very quickly because you'll press a button and then you'll just instantly die. I would advise maybe not using Blade Song. That might actually just straight up kill you. Don't use Blade Song during this phase. Everybody else, you don't really need to worry about this. If you're at like 2% health, maybe don't attack the boss, but other than that, you should be fine. The next thing that's going to happen is Merrick said Scepter 2, beware of Scepter 2. I'm assuming that is for our Thief? I don't know who else would be running Scepter here. Alright.
Guardian sometimes runs Scepter, which does multiple hits. I don't think.
Oh, it's for
Shield
Willbender.
actually does. Oh, okay.
But continuing on, there's black puddles that will spawn. What we're going to do with the black puddles is move out of them if you don't have to run too far. So like there's 3 different sizes. One is just going to be a donut just barely under him. You just backstep a little bit. The next is going to be where you were standing if you backstep that first circle, but the center is completely fine. The third is a large circle that goes from him to where Arrow is, and that we're just going to stand it. And the most important thing, he is going to get a CC bar. Once we break this CC bar, a hidden countdown timer is going to happen. And we are trying to beat this timer. At the end of this timer, he's going to channel a Destroy the Room mechanic. At which point, how it was intended is you would run out, DPS the wall, glide out, he blows up the room, you take the updraft, come back in, and continue the boss fight. However, almost no fight you ever do, or any clear of this you'll ever do, will actually do this mechanic. Instead, we are pushing him to 66% and 33 and 0. Any questions on this phase? Alright. After we get him to 66%, he is going to summon 4 ghosts at each of the markers. I need everyone except for me to head to Arrow, and you'll kill the ghost clockwise. So Arrow, circle, heart, square. It's my job to keep heart and square from reaching the boss, else he channels another Destroy the Room mechanic, and we lose. From there on, it's the same fight as before, except now black orbs spawn around the room. These black orbs, some have expanding AoEs under them, that if you touch them, you're going to get a ghost over your head. This ghost makes you take increased damage and deal less damage. How you get rid of it is by killing the ghost orbs around the room. It's going to spawn these little beads of light to make you stop panicking. What I would advise is for our Harbinger friend to take Epidemic. It's really good at clearing up all these, even post nerf, and even that you're a ritualist user. Any questions? All right. after we get him to 33%, it will be the same phase as before, where we kill the ghosts, and then we DPS Gorseful. The only new mechanic that is added is before the CC phase and after the CC phase, there will be eggs that fall down from the sky. What I want you guys to do is get out of the red circles. Do not dodge through the red circles because it will still hit you, even if you're unbaited. Yep, avoid Easter. And that's it. If you get hit by it, mash the 1 key to get out, and your allies can cleave you out. Alright. He's really a much simpler boss than me taking the past like 10 minutes talking is. Alright, here we go. So all you'll do is point him towards star for my tank. Perfect. That's the knockdown attack. Come over here. Alright, CC him. Pick our friends up. Nice. Alright. DPS your heart out, because we're going to destroy the room here soon. Alright, we're pushing for 4 more percent. DPS, DPS, DPS. 1. And we're fine. Head over to Arrow. It may tell us to slow RCC a little bit, actually, on that phase. Alright. And for my Willbender... Did I actually just cancel that? Oh, no. We're fine on those. Alright, tank to the other side. So when you're tanking this, you just want him to move or our DPS to move as little as possible. So you just kind of get to the opposite side of where our DPS are. Go ahead and pop Epidemic if you have it. DPS, don't press Scepter 2, my Willbender. Alright, out of the pool, out of the pool, out of the pool. CC. CC, pick our friend up. Alright, and DPS. My tank, you're pretty far away. Alright, DPS. Okay, nice. Head over to Arrow. Make sure you don't go through those black horrible fields. You can range DPS them. If you ever notice you have a ghost over your head, you need to collect these orbs of light. Alright, tank gets to the other side of the boss and set up for tanking. I want you just like literally right here. You're just gonna stare at its crotch the whole time. Perfect. Get ready for eggs, 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 eggs. Alright, don't CC, just DPS. Out of the block. Just group together for heals. Res. CC. Pick all of our friends up. Pick our friends up. Oh, things. Watch the eggs. DPS your hearts out.
Still in time.
Alright, we are not going to make it, unfortunately, so let's go ahead and GG. Alright, the first two phases really good. In the last phase, I think we panicked a little bit during the CC phase. Definitely slow your rotation during there. You instant-
Where's the updraft?
It doesn't spawn sometimes. Excuse me.
Ooh, 1, 2, 3.
For my firebrand, what weapons are you running? Axe shield staff? Huh. You might have instantly died just from the explosions. Make sure you're not standing in the black. I'll watch a little more closely. But yeah, we'll give it another pull. Oh, you touched the black orb? Yeah, so if you get a black over your head, or a ghost over your head, you have to go touch a ball of lights. And there should be a ton just from Epidemic popping off constantly. For Epi, I would, once we hit phase 2, actually even pre-phase 2, I would just use it off cooldown. Yeah, you might have gotten kicked by a minion into the darkness. Okay. Alright, here we go.
Yeah, just to reiterate, if you get those black orbs, you need to go get gold as soon as possible because you're going to be doing like no damage to the boss.
So, for my tank, I want you like right where I'm standing. You can be in his hitbox, just like that. And now you don't need to tank while he's temper tantrum. Out of the black, out of the black. Out of the block. Come over here. CC. Pick our friend up. Okay, I want you guys stacking a lot tighter. We're pretty spread out. And so I think people are going down from not receiving healing. Tank, I want you closer, like right where I'm standing. Just like that. Alright. 2% and we'll hit phase. Everyone to arrow. We're looking great. Alright, tank get in tanking position. So you're just going to run across, that way they don't have to move. So you'll stand like right here. Perfect.
You're finished. 7 years bad luck.
Alright, CC. Out of the block.
You're seeing things.
Maybe I'll think twice next time.
Good job.
Another.
Good job. Head over to arrow. Watch out for that spectral darkness. I pressed the wrong button, but we should be fine.
That feels better. I feel weak.
How are you doing, Trace? Alright, tank into position. Perfect. Just like that. Watch the eggs. Eggs. Alright, don't CC yet. Out of the block, out of the block, out of the block. Res our friends. CC now, out of the block. Alright. Eggs are about to happen. Watch eggs. Alright. We are looking good. We are on track. 6%, you got this. 1. And congrats.
Easy
really
kill,
clean
everyone.
run. That was a really clean.
Good job. Oh, congrats on the ghostly infusion. It was either a 2 or a 3.
3, I believe.
Hey, nice mini. Alright, we got 30 minutes for Sabbath though. So go ahead and follow me. And we're just gonna stack behind the staircase over here to line of sight them. If you get a special action key, you can just throw it. It's extra DPS. We're just gonna line of sight them right over here. I'm doing great, Triss. Went to the Magic pre-release for Capenna. Took 8th out of like 50 people, so that was really fun. Alright, and then everyone follow me. We're just gonna run past these guys, and we're gonna line them beside them at the top of the stairs. Just gonna run over here. Don't get too close to the edge over here, because they do have a kick and they can knock you to your death.
Like that.
Like that.
Going well. Looks all made it back off.
I think something know about the edge.
Alright, and then here's where these special action keys are used. You'll throw them at these jump pads to launch people across. They're given to you by the sappers, so you'll have to wait there for them, or you can take the stairs that we're letting you down. Alright, and then stack behind these pile of barrels, and I'm gonna grab some water in a sec, or really quick.
Protected.
Calm before the storm.
The dragon steel.
Useless. What do I pay you for?
Alright, thank you for doing the boring stuff while I grabbed water. Alright, so this is Sabbatha. First of all, thank you for tanking for us. You no longer need to tank. It's not a toughness-based fight. So you can go back to Harriers or whatever you had before. Did you enjoy tanking, or was it like, oh god, I hate this so much? Oh god, there's a second boss to tank. Oh god, it's not as bad, but oh god. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. So, this boss, honestly, a decently easy boss, but where it becomes difficult is it requires good teamwork. So you'll notice that actually look off to your left. You'll notice that there's a platform with a pile of cannonballs. Thanks, Merrick. I'm glad you're enjoying it. So you'll see a pile of cannonballs. That's because cannons are going to periodically spawn around these 4 platforms at each of the markers, and rain fiery death upon us and the platform. We can kind of deal with the fiery death, but unfortunately the platform cannot. So if it dies, we die and the raid fails. So what I want is 2 of my DPS classes to volunteer to be jumpers. What this is going to entail is you'll run to a marker. Somebody is going to throw a bomb to you, and then you're going to fly over to the cannon, kill the cannon, and run back. Okay, I have Furk as my first, and I have Med as my second. So Furk, you are going to be my odd jumper. Med, you are going to be my even jumper. What this means is because jumping has a cooldown, and that there's 4 things, you're going to go every other one. Sorry, when somebody's talking to me. Alright, sorry about that. So my odd is going to do the first and the third cannon. My even is going to do the second and the fourth. Now, the pattern changes. I will give you callouts, but if you would like to know it, the pattern is arrow, circle, heart, square, and then the pattern will change of arrow, heart, circle, square. And then it's going to loop again with arrow, circle, heart, square, and it's going to go so on. You don't need to remember this, I got you, but if that helps you, then there it is. All right. Everybody else. Or actually, do you guys have any questions for jumping? All right. Everybody else. Sabbatha herself has 3 important things that we have to deal with. The first is at the furthest person away, she's going to shoot fiery death at somebody, and that's going to be me. For my cannons, don't head there too early, else you will steal flak from me and you'll be sitting on the jump pad on fire and in pain. The second thing she's going to do is she's going to put a time bomb on the closest person to her. What this time bomb needs to do is get off stack and avoid hitting me. I get hit pretty frequently with it, so don't feel horrible, but you should try and avoid hitting your flat cutter. The next thing she is going to do is every 45 seconds she's going to point a flame wall at a random person and spin exactly 1 revolution counterclockwise. Virus, thank you so much for the follow. We are trying to manipulate where this flame wall spawns by stacking very tightly with our backs to whichever cannon we are going to. So a good example is the first one we're going to be throwing to is arrow. So we are stacking on Sabbatha with our backs as tightly as we can to arrow, so that way it spawns on arrow and not over on heart and mows down our jumper as they're running to our cannon. Any questions on this? All right. The last mechanic that she does is every 25% she's going to dip out and another person is going to show up and do her dirty work. The minions aren't that big of a deal. The first one is going to shoot a chain of like pistol, cone, shotgun attacks at us. Just don't stand in them. The second guy has the only one that's really a big deal. And that's he will need to get CC'd or else he's going to knock us up and punt us off the platform. The third guy throws out flame turrets that need to be killed. Epidemic's really good at dealing with them. I think I haven't tested it too much post-nerf or on a quickness harbinger, but we can try it. Not too much anymore. Gotcha. Make sure we do attack those down or else we'll be playing a bullet hell game when we don't want to. Alright. The last thing that happens during the minion phase is little sabotage bombs will show up, and somebody needs to walk up and press F to kick them off the platform. And that's it. There's a lot of moving parts to this, but none of the parts are very difficult. If you have any questions, let me know. We totally got this.
Did you mention people getting bombs on their heads?
Yeah, so that's whoever is the closest to her, every few seconds is going to get a time bomb. And it's just a large AoE, and that red circle is going to expand, and it just needs to get taken off group, explodes, and then you'll run back in. Alright, let me go in first, and I will bait that first time bomb I was talking about, and you can see what it looks like. Alright, here we go, let's go.
You're finished. Put down your arms and release me.
You came all this way for a few soldiers?
So that's what this looks like.
Inside this compound, do you?
You'll also hear like a fuse sizzling.
Like this?
Remember, we're stacked with our backs to arrow. We were trying to manipulate that flame wall so that way our jumper has a good time. Bomb on group, off group, off group. Good job. Alright, we have a flame wall spawning. Make sure you're tight. Alright, my first jumper, head to arrow, head to arrow. Don't touch that or you will instantly die. Throw to arrow, throw to arrow. Use your special... Okay, that's a miss. Let's go ahead and GG.
So if you have that smaller bomb targeted on you, you'll get a special action button. That's what you need to throw at those platforms to let our jumpers get to the cannons.
Correct. Now's a good time to mention that if you don't have your special action key bound to something really useful, I would recommend binding it to something easy to press because it gets used pretty frequently in raids.
Useless. What do I pay you?
My next bit of advice is for my cannon. There was a whole bunch of fire near it. You can just dodge through the fire. You don't need to run all the way around.
You cannot dodge through the flame wall, though.
Correct. Don't try to dodge, jump, whatever you might do. You can teleport to the other side of it. Well, I will say... I'm actually not even going to make that statement. You cannot go through the flame wall.
Oh, flame wall bad. Do not even look at it.
As Merrick is grinning at me in the chat. Alright, here we go.
Surrender or die.
Alright, remember we are stacking with our backs to arrow. Bomb off group, bomb off group. Nice. Alright, flame walls spawning. Jumper head there now. Alright, somebody has bomb, throw it to arrow. Perfect. It's important to note that you do have to hit the person, not the platform with the bomb. Alright, we are staying with our backs to circle now.
Bomb at her.
If you have any spare bombs and I'm not screaming at you to throw them, then it's a spare bomb that can be thrown at the boss's face. My jumper should head to circle. This is my even jumper.
Send me away, Captain.
Throw to circle, throw to circle, circle, circle. Alright, come back. That's a miss. We're allowed a few of those. That's totally fine. Out of the cones. Now next we are stacked with our backs to heart. That's a spare bomb. You can throw it at the boss. Alright, jumper to heart. We'll want to throw this very quickly. Throw, 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 throw. Or they're dead. Alright, let's go ahead and GG. So, decent attempt there. The reason why I was panicking about the throw is at 25% of the minion's health, Sabbatha will show back up. Now, if she is due to do a flamethrower attack, she's going to point that flamethrower right where this bridge is. And depending on our DPS, that timing could be right at arrow. Or not arrow, while we're standing on a heart. My apologies, shapes are hard for me. So there may be times where I just tell us not to even go for it, or yep, we're doing fine. One advice that I will give our throwers is go into your settings, or just, this is for everyone, and I would recommend toggling on lock ground target at maximum skill range. What this does is, without it on, you're allowed to try and place AoE like 3,000 units away from you. But with this on, it will prevent you from placing it more than its maximum range. It's really helpful when you're throwing bombs, because you can hold down your special action key at maximum range and then just release it once you're in range. Some people also find in the map to toggle your rotation with your camera for this. I personally don't find it helpful, but some people do. Alright, we'll give it another pull.
I hit the wrong button. I'm ready.
Alright, I'll just cancel it and run in. Alright, here we go.
Surrender or die.
Alright, we are stacking with our backs to arrow. Bomb off group, bomb off group. Good job. Oh, that's the wrong button. Alright, flame wall is coming now. Jumper head there now. Throw to arrow, throw arrow. You got this. Nice. Alright, we are staying with our backs to circle now. Bomb out of group, bomb out of group. Make sure we heal our friends back up. Backs to circle. Don't head there yet. That's a little early. Alright, head there now. Throw bomb when you get it. Alright, you're either up there or... Okay, visual glitch. Nice. We are staying with our backs to heart now. Alright, jumper head there now. Nice. Quick throw. Alright, we are now stacking with our backs to square. The minions always freak me out when I hear someone screaming during the flame wall.
Does the flame wall kill the minions? I've never noticed.
I actually haven't noticed. Jumper to square. Jumper to square. Alright, we are now stacking with our backs to arrow. After this flame wall is done, my jumper will head to arrow. Don't head there yet. Alright, jumper head there now. Throw to arrow. Alright, and we are now stacking with our backs to heart. Knuckles here. He will have a CC here soon.
Sorry,
It's
you
a
said
spare
to heart,
bomb.
not to circle?
Throw. Stun? Yeah, we're staying with our backs to heart. The pattern changes. Head to heart. This is my even jumper.
Protected.
CC him. CC him. Watch this flame wall. Alright. After this flame wall, we are stacking with our backs to circle now. Bombs on group. There's now 2 of them.
Right.
Make sure we pick our friends up.
They can't keep me down. Sharp blades.
Alright, so that's a miss. Go ahead and come back. My apologies, I was focusing on something else. Bombs out of group, bombs out of group. Alright, we are sticking with our backs to heart now.
Structural integrity compromised.
After this flame wall passes, I need my jumper there. So head there now. And then throw as you get it. This is to score. Oh. Did I mess up my shapes? I
said heart.
apologize.
Get heart.
I am the wrong. I didn't pass first grade, so we are sticking with our backs to arrow, and it's actually arrow this time. I thought I pressed that button. Alright, throw to arrow as you get it.
Protected.
Alright, that is also a miss. Okay, now we are stacking with our backs to circle. Careful, because circle is on fire.
Your mind will be ready.
Blades sharp.
Jumper to circle. This should be my even jumper. Throw when you get it. Throw it quickly, throw it quickly, throw it quickly, or they die.
On me.
Nice. Oh, that is not as nice.
Oh no.
Oh. Alright, I need somebody to kite. Somebody be further away from Sabbatha. Thank you so much for the follow. Alright, we are staying with our backs to hearts, heart, heart, heart. Jumper to hearts. Throw as you get it. Bombs off group, bombs off group. Alright, pick our friends up.
Even jumper is dead.
Alright, let's go ahead and GG. And we'll give it one more pull before we're done. My apologies for throwing that raid. Okay. We'll do a quick ready check before our last pull. That was a phenomenal pull. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Yeah. You know the block game where you had to put the square in the heart, or square in the heart hole. That's why I'm really bad at this. Everything fits in the square hole. I love that TikTok. Med?
It's a bio break from the mid.
Oh. After this poll, I'll do a quick review of logs, and then I will call it. Meantime, I can actually be uploading those.
My first time as a raid mesmer win.
Yeah, Virtuoso is really good.
No, I'm the Mirage.
Oh.
Using my fractal build.
Mirage is very difficult to play, but it's very good. I just Ooga Booga Ellie. And yeah, no, we only had 2 Crucible kills. Or pulls. Alright, running in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, wait, we need to get to the bridge. Okay, go.
Go in it.
Alright, here we go.
Surrender or die. You're finished.
Remember, we are stacking with our backs to arrow. Good job taking that bomb off group. Alright, here comes our flame wall. Jumper head there now. Throw bomb. Good job. Okay, we're staying with our backs to circle now. Bomb out of group. Good job. Jumper to circle. Looks like you have your own bomb.
Yep.
Good job. And now we're stinking with our backs to heart.
I always get a little spooked when Sabbath pops up on the platform there.
Oh, yeah. Don't head there yet. I need you there after the flame wall passes it. Nice. Alright, we are staying with our backs to square now.
Beautiful blend of talents.
Head to square now. Square? Alright, that is a miss, which is fine. Okay, we are staying with our backs to arrow now.
I'm sorry, I lost track of the rotation.
You're fine. We are allowed a few of them. Bombs off group. Alright, jumper to arrow. Jumper to arrow. This is my odd jumper. Alright, and now we are staying with our backs to hearts, as the pattern has changed. CC, good job. Alright. We are looking good. And I need my odd jumper to head there now. Throw as soon as you get it.
Even jump.
Throw. Nice. Good job on the CC. Make sure we're still killing Knuckles. Alright, we're staying with our backs to circle now. Apologies for dropping that. Head to circle. Throw circle. Good job. Alright, we're staying with our backs to square now.
Protected.
Out of the flame wall. Jumper to square.
Throw me a bomb.
Bomb spawning now. Alright, and now the pattern has repeated itself as we are heading to arrow now.
Through. Maybe I was the illusion all along.
A little early.
My bad.
No, you're good. Alright, head there now. Throw as you get it. Throw it out of the flame thrower. It hurts quite a bit. We're staying with our backs to circle now. Make sure we're killing these flame turrets. Okay, Sabbatha rejoins us soon. Watch the flame wall as you come back. Watch the flame wall, Bert. Okay, jumper to circle.
One circle.
Throw a circle.
Beautiful blend of talents.
Alright, we are staying with our backs to heart now.
Desert heat. Reflection.
Actually, I changed my mind. Stack with your backs to circle, and we are no longer doing cannons.
Oh no.
We only missed one.
Yeah.
Is it
Watch
DPS?
the
Roger,
falling
everybody.
debris. Any bombs can be thrown at the boss. Stack back up on circle side, as that side will never be spicy. Because it was the last one we did. Oh no. Spirit, go.
Percent. Everybody.
Hey, good spirit. Hey, congratulations. Last pull magic.
Everyone, listen.
Undefeated
There's more
too, I
to this
think.
situation than we thought.
Yeah, everybody.
Bandits were protecting something.
Congratulations.
Dang, I got a mini from every boss.
Need to free these
Wow.
prisoners.
That's a lot of magnetite, or minis if you enjoy them. Okay, you can follow me. I'll show you where the last chest in this wing is for your ectoplasm. And then I need to go get myself some food. Well, I'll do some log reviews really quick. Alright, and then here is the next one. Let me load up the logs. Alright, open log. Open log. And we'll upload Sabbatha in the meantime. Swap over here. Pull out a Veil Guardian. I'll have it up on Twitch. I'll also copy and paste the logs in. Oh god, my stream's unmuted. I was hearing double of myself for a second. I'll post them in Discord, that way you can follow along, or hop into chat and you can see them for yourself. There. There's Veil Guardian. Here's Gorseval, and here's Septa. Alright, so first of all, for Veil Guardian, what I am going to look at is our mechanics. Pretty much the big ones here are boss TPs and Seekers. Boss TPs is how many times you got teleported when we were fighting the boss in the main phase. Split TPs is when we were all split if you got teleported, which aren't ideal, but they're not as impactful as boss TPs. Excuse me. Our TPs looked alright. My tank friend, you had a little high, but honestly, it's one of the harder ones to learn. So honestly, you did pretty fine. You were improving as the fight went on. So phenomenal job there. Greens is whether or not we stood in a green. We got real lucky there. We had 5 of them. Seekers are those red orbs. They hurt quite a lot if you're standing in them, and it looks like we did a good job not standing in them. Did we have any in the early phases? Nope, so it was only the last phase where that was. So I did my job correctly. Next, let me look at buffs. So, Might's looking a little low in sub 1. Personally, for me, I'm a little low in sub 2. But I wasn't bringing, I can't remember the name of Blue Spirit. I wasn't bringing Blue Spirit, so it's a little lower than I'm used to, but, overall it's not horrible, but 16's a little lower than I would like to see. What did our stacking look like? Alright, so our stacking was pretty poorly. The only one who should really be off group is me, as I'm dealing with these red circle mechanics. Ideally, I would like to see you guys all take up roughly the same character area. But I understand if you naturally want to spread out on this fight to try to see the teleport circles. I personally just listen to them audibly. But like my Virtuoso, you're not receiving any healing from your Firebrand. And I think you're in their sub. Yeah. So you're in the Firebrand sub, so you weren't receiving any healing that whole fight, just because you were too far away from them. So that would be my advice there, and maybe why boons were a little off. Fury looks alright, a little low in sub 1, but it's kind of more of a stacking issue. Quickness, you were focusing on tanking, as you said. The more you'll do this fight, the more comfortable you'll get, and we'll see that quickness go up. We'll look at Veil Guardian for a closer, or not Veil Guardian, Gorseval for a closer instance there. My sub, I shoot for like 75% on training rates, so that's good. What was your personal? 84? Okay. Nice. Some room for improvement though. Alacrity. Alacrity looks alright in both subs. Good job. And then that's it for boons. Next is our DPS. Let's just look at phase 1 DPS. Our phase 1 DPS, honestly decent. Good job, everyone. Any questions on Veil Guardian? Alright. Moving on to Gorseval. Alright, so once again, I go look at mechanics, but there's not a lot of mechanics on Gorseval. Slam, I didn't really tell people to avoid it too much. In fact, I didn't even really avoid it. I got hit by 4 of them. I wouldn't worry about it too much. If you ever get into like super high end rating, or go to like RA to submit logs, they will look at this pretty heavily. I don't find it too impactful. Egg is those eggs that fall down. There were 2 eggs. Our eggs look pretty decent. Kick is whether or not you get kicked by a small ad. Black is that black goop. 6 is a little high, but everyone else looks pretty decent there. Next we'll go into buffs. Also, apologies, Dr. Ginger Ale. I was talking and I didn't see the message and I had to pull up my stream elements. Thank you so much for the follow. Alright, so might. Our might looks a lot better in this on both ends. Fury's looking good. Quickness is looking good. Our tank, much better there. You had pretty much perfect uptime on yourself, so you're pressing the buttons. The rest of this, it's either a stacking issue, or you weren't aiming it correctly. Let me see about the stacks really quick. So you're way out over here. And then you adjusted, we'll play this back at ×2 speed. We'll wait post tantrums to be done. Alright, so just look at how far we're spread out. The Mesmers, you're in the Firebrands group. You're never going to get quickness if you're that far away from your quickness provider. I think a little bit it gets changed up. I have you come right there, and it's perfect. But see how far away you are? You're just not going to get any boons by doing that. Let me check game chat, because I can't see both at the same time. Oh, did I post my Twitch? Let me post my Twitch. Apologies. The way I have it set up, I can't have stream see the logs, and I can't see chat at the same time, or in-game chat. I guess I could do this. There we go. Alacrity. Alacrity looks really good. Boons were much better this time. Good job, everyone. Now we'll go into general stats. DPS looks alright. Let's look at our phase 1 DPS for a better time. I would shoot for like 10k as like my minimum for a DPS. You're a little low there. Did you pick up later? You picked up a little bit later, and you did a lot better in the last phase. If you were under that for any of the phases, I would recommend practicing rotation a little bit. Although it could just entirely be a build thing.
I was running a me support Alakmarok.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. Because I forgot you were might stacking for us. Overall, yeah, everything looks pretty decent. Good job on those. And for our last log, we'll look at Sabbatha. Alright, once again, mechanics. This just tells who our cannons were. This is where your bomb. If I'm being honest, you guys did a really good job on the bombs. Typically, Druid, or whoever is flat kiting, is supposed to run around and pretty much get all the bombs. However, I don't find that's very useful in a training raid, so I intentionally missed some of the bombs, and it looks like you guys handled it very well. Good job. Time bombs. That's how many times you got time bombs. I wish there was a way to see whether or not you did damage to our friends. Did we fail the CC? I didn't think we did. I didn't get knocked around. So for flak, we did good on flak. Cannons is whether or not you took damage from standing in a cannon. It was a little high, but there was times where we missed cannons, and to avoid confusion, I just had you guys stand in there. But you guys did fine. Card flame is the last dude's flamethrower. With 9's a little high, so is like these 5s and 6. Just be careful where you're standing. It's not the biggest of deal, but in bad situations, it could wipe the group. And then kick's pretty much irrelevant. Buffs might looks really good. Fury looks good. Quickness is a little low in group 1. Who doesn't have quickness? Oh, both my jumpers were. Okay. So quickness looks fine. Looks like your subgroup had fine quickness. My subgroup looks fine. I was never on stack, that's why I don't have quickness. Alacrity looks good. Prot looks also good. And DPS, I would maybe it's like a caveat. I always say practice your DPS because you can always get better, and the more DPS you have, the easier mechanics get. But yeah, everything looks good. Did anyone have any questions on this? All right. Thank you everyone for coming. My name is Moose. I run training on both EU and A every week, and sometimes more. I'm going to be calling it here as I need to go get food before I go play more Magic, because I have a cardboard addiction. Thank you everyone for coming, and thank you everyone in stream for watching. I'll upload these to YouTube later. I need to figure out how to video edit before I upload any more, but that should be done later this week. Thank you all for coming. Bye.
Thanks, Moose.